flaws and all, womanhood, sisterhood, and traveling through the worst hood, adulthood, conversation from a woman's point of view. This is the Sis Podcast.
All right, everybody, we're back again for another episode of Sis, Simply Incredible Sisters, where we're here real live, raw, and uncut to share our lives' experiences in hopes of positively impacting our audiences to live their lives boldly and unapologetically.
Yes.
All right, we are back with part 3 of a welcome to the Motherland. Okay,
Woo!
It's your girl Tiwa, everybody's favorite TT. All right, checking in as your host for this episode. Go ahead, Gini, and introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody, it's your girl Gini. Welcome back to the Motherland.
Hey, y'all, this is Jaquees. Hello, aka Queez. One more time, one more again.
Hey guys, it's Quell. Hey sis, welcome back.
All right. And we are missing our other simply incredible sister, Felicia. She's not with us this podcast, but she has sent her other half. All right, her other unit as one. Mr. Craig, yes, the Craig to her Felicia is with us today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Craig.
Okay,
appreciate
Friday.
that. What I introduce myself? Okay, yeah, I'm Craig. Felicia's husband, as y'all know, but hey, what y'all want me to say? Hell, I'm from Savannah. I live here in Atlanta now, and I'm on this podcast with y'all to talk about our experience for the first time, or my first time in the Motherland. So
We're so glad to have you, good brother.
There it is.
Glad to be here.
And then our second gentleman, all right, the cat daddy, Mr. Dreek himself.
Big
All
Daddy
right.
Dreek.
Cousin to Miss Coley, Miss J. Crowell Coley, the other simply incredible sister on this podcast. Go ahead, Dreek. Jay, tell your husband to introduce himself. Go ahead. Tell him what you
What's good, world? It's your main man, Rod Coley, your favorite brother from another mother. Big Daddy Dreek, you heard?
You better know it.
And there it is, y'all. Y'all heard it. So today we got the testosterone. All right. We got the man's point of view on the podcast today. And hopefully we'll have our other sister Cash join in from Cali on the west side.
You better know that's the Bay checking in.
All right. A little later on in the podcast, so stay tuned. Well, I'll go ahead and go in alphabetical order. Craig, starting off with you. All right. Tell us about your experience traveling to the Motherland, starting from here in the USA during the Pandarosa, the Panini Press pandemic of 2020, all the way to the experience to Nigeria. Go ahead and tell us about your travels to the Motherland.
Okay, so as you all know, traveling during the pandemic was already crazy, domestically, but especially this time international. So, just starting off, wifey booked the flight. We had some complications with the flight in general. First of all, we ended up missing our flight. At least they was telling us that we weren't even supposed to be on that flight. But so it was actually a group of us. I know me, her, and there was probably like maybe 6 other people that was supposed to be on that flight going to Nigeria. Ended up getting canceled. So shout out to God. We have Tiwa and Jenny's mother. shout out Mom to God. Yeah, shout out Miss Kim, because we weren't going to have nowhere to be at. I mean, definitely looked out for us for those 2 days. We had a good time.
So you mean to tell me that you got on a plane and left home? This didn't happen at home. They dropped you in the middle of nowhere?
No. So yeah, we connected the flight to DC. And I think it was supposed to be DC going to Paris, or it was either Paris or the UK. End up missing that one or canceled, whatever the case may be. All right, next flight isn't for a whole another 2 days. So by this time, we already during the pandemic got to have that COVID test and all this stuff. It was like, damn, we already took it, and they got to be valid for 48 hours or 72 hours. So we had to get another set of tests done like the day before the flight. And we were just like, yeah. So, the price was already up there then. It was like back then, it's like, hey, you got to pay $200 for a practice.
Run up a check. Got to run up a check for it.
Yeah,
right.
It was only capitalizing off the pandemic.
Yeah,
I hope you got a refund.
They're still making their money. They're still making their money.
And deals.
Yeah, but from there, like I said, great time in DC, great time in Baltimore. And then hopping on the flight. It was my first 16-hour flight. So 8 hours from DC, 8 hours from DC to Paris. And then even getting to Paris, it was just hectic because it was just like, man, we don't know what to do. It was like, shit, I'm used to getting off the ramp and then knowing where to go. It's like, okay, you gotta go to this ramp, this show, connect the flight. Paris was like crazy. And
that Charles de Gaulle is something.
Yeah,
okay?
and it seemed like as soon as we landed, it was like, damn, we gotta get back on the plane in like 45 minutes. So it's like,
oh, damn, y'all had to book it.
Yeah, incredibly long line. So no issues getting on that one. And then finally making it to Nigeria, which
in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night. And shout out to God again, because hey, y'all, I love y'all family. Y'all just so big, welcoming and helping. Because, I just couldn't see us being able to like really move around or even navigate anything without, having somebody that was there for us.
Right.
Y'all arranged for somebody to meet us at the airport, make sure we get through customs, security, all that, then have somebody waiting on us with the car. Shout out to your uncle.
Yeah.
And then the whole time really just took care of us, man. So, we was definitely excited. We was blessed to be a part, blessed to get there, blessed to make it back home.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed myself, man. It was definitely an experience, like one of my favorite trips of all time.
Oh,
hey. So y'all heard it from Craig first.
Yeah.
One of the best trips of all time. But let me tell you something about the
hands down.
playoffs.
Yeah, no. Hands down, best wedding I ever been to. I think I ate for like 4 days straight.
Hey.
I ain't go hungry.
Yeah, you went to 4 different ceremonies.
Yeah, we really did. We really did. Had a 3-course meal at every one.
Hey, there it is. Let me tell you something about the Freyals. If the Freyals don't do nothing, baby, they catch a flight. You hear me? They catch a motherfucking flight.
They get that damn passport stamped, all right?
All right, your passport ain't stamped if it ain't stamped like the Freyals. You hear me? So that's
what page I'm on.
There it is. That's kudos right there, Craig. I love that. Tell me, what was next dream? Tell me, what was your experience coming from America to Nigeria for the very first time? From Alabama country.
Yeah. First of all, don't do that. Don't do that. We're not gonna do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Right.
But we just letting the people know where y'all came from.
Yeah, country ass though. I mean, no, we got paved roads now. We ain't country.
You still got red clay.
Anyway,
back to you, Drake.
But it from the beginning of the flight, I can't talk with Craig that went through. Cause God damn, brother, you went through some stuff. But we were pretty much smooth sailing. Getting the only issue we had in London was we had a long ass layover, and we couldn't drink.
Wait, why you couldn't drink?
They would let us buy alcohol, but we couldn't like pop a bottle or anything like that. Because first of all, just a single drink was super expensive in London. So
like
me, Ray, and my wife, we was like, shit, we might well just get a bottle or something and drink it. But they said we couldn't open it in the airport.
Yeah, so we can get a drink at the bar, but we had to order food, and the cook was gone or something like that.
Man, first of all, the food was garbage. It wasn't even worth spending our money on the food just to get a drink. You pay more for the food than you were for the drink, and the food wasn't hitting on that. So we said we just gonna get rid of that mission. We ain't gonna drink at all. So we sat and chilled.
Big Daddy Drink to tell the truth. He said the food was trash.
It was trash. It was trash. But we rested, got up and walked around a little bit, until our flight came for us to connect and go to Nigeria, because we landed in Hawthorne, and then we left from there and flew into Nigeria. Well, I'm gonna say the actual meet and greet of the person that y'all sent us. Now that was an experience. First of all, she showed up with a piece of paper with everybody's face on it, and like, is this y'all? I'm like, oh shit, this is the problem, because you got a person that's bringing a piece of paper with your face on it. You like, I don't know if this is the person she sent or not. It could be anybody. So
your face, Dree.
Right. You just go ahead. Yo, American face.
I don't know.
Yo, Alabama country face in Nigeria. What random Nigerian? Go ahead, your face.
Too many movies in America, man. You know what I'm saying?
So, Lifetime.
But it went straight. We got through customs. The lady kind of like, she expedited us through the whole system. But when we got to where we had to get our passport stamp and take our picture, the most funny moment was watching Ray and my wife. The man told them they can't smile to take the picture. And you know, women, they ready to smile for a picture. Watching their mouth twitch because they can't fucking smile. That was the most funniest thing to see that happen, like try to suppress a smile.
Oh my goodness.
Well, who was the lady, Jenny? What was the lady's name that came to get us?
Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. It was.
Oh my! See how you do?
No, listen. Because how stuff work is, you know, somebody who hires somebody who gets the shit done, and so I knew.
Don't worry, it was Auntie that came in and received you at the airport. Okay,
I just knew her boss, and that's who they designated. So yeah, shout out to. Old girl for getting y'all through customs.
Shout out to Auntie, wherever you are.
Yeah, now she did a good job on that, but she was trying to take me, my wife, and Ray. Because she tried to get me at first. She stood on the edge of my seat where I was at, had her foot on the part with my arm go on the chair with her leg open in my face.
What?
I'm looking at Jaquel like, what we gonna do like this? Like, I'm uncomfortable right now. And so she went rubbing through my shirt.
Virginity drink. Taking virginity.
I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening? She got her legs butts wide open.
Yeah.
She did.
So I had jewelry on. She went to going through my shirt. She was like, you brought me something? I was like, nah, I ain't really bringing you nothing. She said, you ain't got $1? I said, no, I ain't got no dollar. She's like, give me one of them chains off of your neck. I was like, nah, I can't do that either. So she said, you come all the way over here empty-handed. She said, you got 2 pretty women by you. Give me one of them to marry my brother. I was like,
oh, my Lord.
I said, well, this one right here, this my wife on the side of me. Now, that other one, you might could give her to your brother.
Oh, my God.
I can't. You can't have this.
Y'all.
Not even so, Ray. Y'all done heard that.
You can't have this. So we end up giving her a box of Skittles.
Let's put the disclaimer: we do not authorize or subscribe to the selling of women. Okay,
put that disclaimer in there. All right.
But it was an experience. Don't get me wrong. I didn't see too much ill intent in it. I really just enjoyed the atmosphere. Just hearing what the people, was communicating about, hearing that Yoruba come out of the people, it's just a beautiful experience to see our people from, another side of the world.
Love that.
And just being there, I mean, like Craig kind of like took over this shit, by him saying how beautiful the wedding was and how well we ate, how well we was catered to and taken care of, that don't even do it justice. It was way beyond that. So it was a beautiful experience. I can't wait to come back.
There it is.
That's definitely a future trip for us. Just enjoy the festivities this time around, because this was a business trip. I'm telling y'all had us like lieutenants and colonels and sergeants and all that shit. Like we was moving on time. But it's a beautiful place, beautiful people, loving, caring people. We got to meet your other half. He pretty cool. I like Jawan. Me and Jawan kind of stay in touch. So yeah, it was an amazing trip, man. I can't I can't speak all of it because it was just that good.
Awesome.
Love that.
Well, as I promised y'all earlier in the podcast that, our good sis, Cash from the West Side, the Bay Area out in Cali, has hopped in to join us for this episode. Welcome to the Motherland, Cash. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? It's Cash.
First of all, this is Sis, Simply Incredible Sisters. We is real live, raw, and uncut. You better act like you giving your real personality. This ain't no business, Cash. All right? Be the real you.
Where's
Right.
All right. Come on, reintroduce yourself, girl. Now tell them who you are for real.
It's Cash.
Where you coming from, Cash? Tell the people where you coming from.
By way of East Oakland, y'all know what time it is.
Hey, East Coast, and you know what time it is. All right, from the Bay Area.
Dude.
There it is for the land of what it is. E40. Ain't that where he's from? The land of E40.
Mac Dre, you know.
Hey, there it is. So, Cash, go ahead and tell us, girl, because your experience was different from everybody's experience. If anybody, let me tell you, people, the world right now, that if anybody in this podcast featured on any of these episodes lived their best life in Nigeria and enjoyed their trip to Nigeria, it is this woman right here.
You better know it.
All right. So, Cass, tell us, just start off with your experience, because you traveled the farthest, baby. You came all the way from the California, all the way to the Motherland. So tell us about your experience traveling to Nigeria during the Ponderosa Press Panini.
Panini. Girl, okay, like, it was a long flight. I'm not going to lie. That flight, my route, so let me go back. My route was, I went from San Francisco to Qatar, where I met y'all dad. Shout out to Papa.
Hey.
We flew from Qatar to Lagos. So that was like, I think that was like well over, it took me like a day and a half to get there. So by the time I got to the house, everybody was already there. But it was cool. It was cool because it was people there. We were just being good vibe and stuff. But when we got to when I got to the airport, I lost y'all dad. So like I was just like roaming through the crowd until I finally saw the lady who was supposed to meet us there. So I met the lady, everything checked out, got my visa. You feel me? Almost passed out.
Gave her money, even though I told you not to.
I gave her a couple dollars in the airport. That was it. And then we left there. You and Juwan came and picked me up. And then we went straight back to the condos. That's when I was meeting everybody. I think the first people I saw there was probably Ray, Quill, and Drake.
No. Because remember, you came like a week before everybody. So you got to we took you to the Airbnb first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, a whole week, Cash.
Girl, that's all that weed you've been smoking, girl. That's that Cali weed that burnt your brain cells. You can't even remember.
Come on. Ain't nobody asked you to put Cash out weed. That's number one. She does not do weed. Okay?
You don't do weed, you smoke it.
Or eat it.
Or eat it. Or drink. You know
Drink,
about that.
You would know.
No, you right though, Jenny. I did come there a week before time. You right. So I got there. Y'all did pick me up from the airport, but I got an Airbnb for the first week that I was there because I was there like 3 weeks. So
and we showed you some nice, good African hospitality.
That's right. I was eating all chin chin. You feel me? I had all the, then I met Victor. We'll get to that later, y'all.
I don't see him in the background.
Hey, yeah. We went to Airbnb. It was real chill. It was like a quiet little neighborhood. Everybody was very friendly. Me and Jenny went to eat. So we was at a lot of restaurants. We was trying all kind of stuff. The only thing in terms of, I guess I could say the journey that really surprised me, y'all, the driving over there. Wild. Okay, like I always wondered what it would be like if Black people had to make their own rules in society.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Cut across 8 lanes of traffic, a whole blinker. I was like, this has to be the most stressful drive in Nigeria. Like, period. Blood pressure gotta be 2,000 over 80. What's going on? The insurance got to be $5,000 a month.
Girl, ain't no insurance in Nigeria.
They have car insurance. Yes, they do. Maybe not no Progressive or no Geico, but they do have car insurance.
I'm about to put a job. But yeah, that was the thing that really surprised me the most. The driving was wild. The heat was crazy.
Cash didn't want to come out during the day.
Everybody was like, "Oh, I thought you would have came back." You know, I'm like, "No, I was in the house. I was at the heat was on a meal, so that was the only thing I was truly not prepared for. Like, I knew it was gonna be hot, but I didn't know it was gonna be,
that hot.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't think it was gonna be 90 degrees in December.
The middle of the devil's ass crack.
Yeah. We had no idea.
Listen, I don't think anything but experience can prepare you for the temperature of Nigeria.
There it is.
That's just it.
Let me
I can only imagine if it's 90 degrees in December, it got to be like 120 in July.
Right, it was.
We left DC and Baltimore with jackets on, like bundled up.
Yep.
Well, to be fair, so understanding Nigeria is it's a country that lies right above the equator, and it is below the Sahara Desert. Mm-hmm. So they only get 2 seasons, and it's rainy season and dry season. And so December for us, even though that's our winter time, that is Nigeria's dry season. And so you get the dry heat versus our summertime. You don't want to go there then either, because then it's wet heat. And it's that choking when you walk outside. Like,
devilish, demonic, satanic.
Not devilish, demonic, girl. Well, Cass, since you segued us into, the transportation and hospitality, Craig and Drake. Craig, you go ahead and go first. Tell me, what was your first thoughts coming to Africa for the very first time? What is the first thing that ran through your mind? Was it what you expected? Was it what you thought it was going to be? What did you think Nigeria was going to be? What was your very first reaction?
I had no idea what to expect, to be honest. Like, I'm just the type of person, even when I go somewhere I've never been, I really don't have any expectations of, what it's going to be or how it's supposed to be. I've never been there before. But, kind of like what Cash was saying is like, oh, y'all just create y'all own rules. It's like, we left the airport, we on the highway, and there's no lines in the road. There's no lines in the road. It looked like it's supposed to be a 4-lane highway, but it's 6, maybe 7 lanes of cars, and everybody's speeding. It's just like, okay, well, and it ain't no blankets. It's like people just honk the horn, you move out the way. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's completely not what I expected. But like I said, I didn't have, a whole lot of expectations, but getting from the airport to getting to where y'all were, it's like, hey, this is cool. It's just like any other place. Y'all had nice Airbnb. Like I said, the food was great. It was just like getting used to more so, I guess, like the people, the language. So it was kind of like, off the bat, somebody trying to talk to you and you like, hey, what's up? Like, oh, you American. Yeah, I am. They're like, my bad. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, I don't like, you don't really, I'm not, y'all probably know, at least you see me on the videos. Like, yeah, I kind of blend in a little bit with everybody. So even places like I'm just low key like that. Like, I ain't really doing a whole lot. I'm just there, I'm watching. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm just trying to blend in. Like, I ain't trying to make a scene, nothing like that. Cause like Drew was saying, like, oh yeah, this is like some movie type shit. They got your picture on a piece of paper. They're trying to verify your identity. Somebody trying to kidnap you. you got these women over here asking, do you want a second wife? It's like, oh man, what is going on over here?
Oh yeah. They said they ain't seen no man like y'all before. They trying to see what that be like. You know what I'm saying?
Craig almost got married 3 times in Nigeria.
Man, oh Lord.
Well, you know, it's our culture.
Listen,
it's our culture. You know, you can have multiple wives.
Don't nobody want to be a second wife to my good sis fee because they not even ready. You hear me?
Man, I ain't ready. I ain't got
some
time
hard
for that
shoes to come behind. Let me tell you that. But you stayed in a completely different accommodation, Chris. So tell us about your hotel. What hotel did you stay in, and what was your experience at that hotel?
Okay, so that was actually nice. We was actually at the Lagos Intercontinental. So
shout out to Lagos Intercontinental. Make sure y'all give us some free rooms.
Right, go and get that promo. Get that promo rolling. So beautiful room, little corner suite. You know, windows on both sides. It, you know, kind of overlooking the city, overlooking the river too. I believe it was nice. Breakfast, you know, every morning. Got some real traditional African food, I would say, and Nigerian food, and I loved it. Like I'm the type of person, I'm gonna try everything.
Ooh,
so I love.
Tell us one of the meals that you ate.
Oh, number one, I love the rice. I love the jollof rice anyway because it's just like the red rice that I grew up on in Savannah. It tastes just like that. You got the tomatoes, onions, and peppers, and all that stuff in there. So that's my number one. I can't remember the name, but it's kind of like a bread thing you scoop it up with. I had that too. Y'all had like and then y'all normally had the eggs and what's the other little potato thing that y'all be having for breakfast? That's good too.
Oh yeah.
The yam. Okay, so they y'all say yams and they told me yams. I'm thinking like, of course, you know, we think it's sweet potatoes, but nah. This almost like, I guess it's like a yuca, almost like a yuca root, but it's a root. It's almost like a potato.
Like cassava.
Yeah, cassava, exactly. So you know, it's almost like a potato, but that was good too. Like I said, as far as the culture and the food, like that, absolutely love.
There it is. All right, Dreek, go ahead. Tell us about your accommodations and transportation experience in Nigeria.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: when I jumped off the plane, I hit the ground running. I was like, "Oh my God, we're finally here! I've waited for this moment my whole life. We are here."
Not the accent.
Right.
but not the accent.
Yeah, but the traffic was definitely crazy. The most memorable moment on the bridge was watching somebody hit the bumper of somebody's damn car and get out and help them put the bumper back on and keep rolling. Now that tripped me out more than anything. Like Craig said, it's supposed to be like a 4-lane road and there's like 6-7 cars sitting beside each other. Everybody rolling up in vans and it's 30 people in one van and seeing 10 people on a scooter. And it took about 4 hours to get across that bridge. But we was able to do a lot of sightseeing, you know, just seeing how the people move, how they maneuver through Lagos anyways, from the mainland and all the way up into Lekki. But we had a nice, I guess you can call it Airbnb. It was a nice place, pool table, multiple rooms. You know, everybody was able to group together and you know, really get along and learn things about new people that they hadn't met or really been around. My first encounter was meeting Cass at the door. I answered the door and we did a style. We looked each other up and down like. She's like, I'm Cass. She was trying to make sure she was in the right place, but I guess she ain't never heard of me or know who I was, and I ain't never knew who she was. So I'm looking like she might be at the wrong room.
He looking like who's supposed to be here.
Like, oh, okay. Right. So I introduced myself. You know, I didn't get the luxury to just be off to myself. I spent most of my time with the women, which I really enjoyed. Because me and T, we became, that's my partner in crime right there.
Yeah, it is, Drake.
I enjoyed all the ladies. But T was just she the party girl. So I no matter where I'm at, I like to be out. I don't like to sit in the house and sit around and do nothing. So she showed me around, made me feel comfortable. All the ladies made me feel comfortable. I mean, we had great conversations. We went to good places to sit down, eat, drink, smoke hookah, or whatever. You know, it was just all good vibe, meeting everybody and just enjoying each other. It was pretty cool.
Tell the truth. How happy was you when you saw Craig?
I was happy as hell.
Hey, man, I was about to say, man, you said you got to go out, smoke hookah. I was like, damn, it must have been the 2 days we were stuck in Baltimore.
That was, Craig. That was.
It had to be.
I was like,
look, when he came,
we didn't get a chance to go out or nothing.
Yeah, because y'all came literally right when the festivities were starting. So everything was event, and then y'all left.
Yeah.
And you modest too, man. That Airbnb was nice. Y'all had marble floors in that bit. Goddamn. Gold accented tables. Y'all had the chef in there cooking y'all breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh yeah, we damn sure had a chef. We ain't had to front with no food, nothing to drink, or none of that. Jen and them, they had that all mapped out until we got kicked out.
Oh Lord! That's
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we don't say that.
Yeah,
that's a different episode. All right, that's a different episode.
We enjoyed the festivities until we got ghosts out of there. So.
Speaking of Chef,
lady was straight tripping.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chef Victor Cash, go ahead and tell us about your future husband. All right, go ahead and tell us about your husband, Chef Victor.
Don't get her in trouble because Victor is not that.
Oh, my bad. Let me
man was taking care of you.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to edit that one out.
Yeah. Sorry, public service announcement. He was a former flame. No longer current. All right. Jeff Victor is no longer current and active in Cash's life at this present time. We go back to our regularly scheduled podcast for Cash to go ahead and set the record straight.
I cannot.
No, Chef Victor was cool. He was really a damn good chef, to be honest. The only thing, like the cuisine, if you are not like, I don't eat a lot of red meat and stuff, and y'all eat a lot of like red meat and stuff. So I appreciated he would always make like a special little something off to the side for me, you know.
Did he?
Shaped in a heart. I'm just saying, I came up in there one day and she had a heart-shaped salad, and I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
You hear me?
You hear me?
Come on now.
You hear me? He was feeding us, but he wasn't feeding us the way he was feeding Cash now.
It was, yeah.
Y'all gotta chill.
I'm just saying, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. I was like, why everybody else salad don't look like ours? They just got some leaves in the bowl.
Not a heart-shaped salad. I cannot. No, he did though.
Yes.
He sure did.
I don't even fuck with salad like that. And it was fire.
I don't even fuck with salad like that.
It was the heart for me.
Oh my goodness.
Jack was really in the kitchen. The whole staff, you know, like the house helps was in there cleaning and stuff. Everything was smooth. Everything.
So tell me, what was your experience meeting everybody for the first time? You know, meeting everybody that came together for a wedding. How did you feel? How was that experience meeting everybody?
It was cool. Like Drake was saying, the first person I met, I think he was either in the living room or he came to the door. So he was the first person I saw. So I was like, am I in the right spot? I was like, is this it? So once he was explaining who he was, I was like, okay, cool. Then I think I met his wife, and then I met Ray Shonda, and then there was somebody else there too. That was like
Folu. Folu.
Yeah, Folu, Jenny's cousin from London. So we was all just chopping it up, talking about our, travel paths and vibing, listening to music, playing games, playing pool, looking at the property, which was nice. They had like a finished driveway with a pool and hot tub and stuff. And it was the Yahoo boys downstairs playing their music.
What was they saying again? What was they?
I don't even remember what they was. They was cool though. They was chill.
You said the Yahoo boys?
You gonna always find a thug, no matter where you go.
Slander on this podcast. Listen. If my soulmate see this, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Oh my God.
Y'all gotta chill. But no, it was a really lovely experience, to be honest. Like, everything was great. Like Drake said, till we got kicked out, but that's what we're not gonna bring bad wig energy on this podcast.
Not bad wig energy. Anyway. There you go. Because she definitely had a bad wig. Okay, the joint was definitely nappy. All right. But we're not gonna go with
now.
Y'all
that. Don't see Cash shifting her wig.
Listen, y'all gonna have to stay tuned for that episode because that's a episode in itself. You hear me? That's a doozy right there. So let me ask y'all, how was it about going out? How did y'all like going out in Nigeria, experiencing the nightlife, little beach area? I know Craig and Fee, we gonna have to go up. Y'all gonna have to come back and we gonna have to go up and do the whole nightclub experience just for y'all again. But Dreek, Cash, tell me, what was that experience like for y'all?
Well, you want to go first? I'm gonna let Cash.
No, Dreek, you go first. You go first because I know they. Okay, let me be ready for them.
Well, I think the first night we went out to the it was like a little hookah lounge, right?
No, we went to Bryce and Copper had hookahs too, but we didn't get one that night.
Yeah, but we went there.
Yes.
So it surprised the hell out of me because first of all, the place was nice.
Mm-hmm.
I expected to be a lot of musty people in there, but everybody was smelling good and looking good.
Oh my God.
Oh, jeez. I'm dead.
Why they gotta be musty? Why they gotta be musty, bro?
All right.
It's hot out there, man. It's hot out there. But anyways, the food was good. The music was actually good. They play a lot of American music as well. We vibed off of some Afro beach music. It was good too as well. My strangest encounter was that all the ladies was having fun. Everybody got a little tipsy. I wouldn't say nobody got drunk, but I head down and go to the bathroom and they got the little towel boy in there, he makes sure you got towels to dry your hands and stuff. And he got to asking me a few questions, trying to see where I was from and telling me I'm American, I'm not from there. And he asked me, did I have something for him? And I was like, nah, I ain't got nothing for you. And he was like, not even $1. I was like, nah, I ain't got no $1. And he was like, oh, you got something for me. So they was playing some song and he started dancing for me in the bathroom. And I'm like, wait a minute.
What?
For real. I'm like, bro, I don't even move like that. Like, what the hell is going on right now? I said, let me hurry up, break out of the bathroom and get back up here where I can feel a little bit safe.
Oh my God.
But the other part that tripped me out is when we first made it into the club. Ray and my wife actually seen there was some chick sitting in the corner and she was like flicking her tongue at me. I was like,
baby, she had her tongue out working her tongue for him. I was like, hey sis, what we doing?
ooh.
Right.
What we doing?
Drake,
But
Claire, they was trying to get your husband, girl.
Girl, it was, girl.
They was trying to get Craig and Drake. Listen, they didn't know. They had that back up right behind them. What? Hello? You don't
Listen, and the two wives that they got to come behind, trust me, they don't want to come behind them. They don't want to be no second wives.
Baby.
Yeah. Claire. Them is hard shoes to follow. Them hard shoes to follow.
I'm hard shoes to follow. Both them chicks is about that life. Like, girl, try that man if you want to.
You better be ready, baby. You better be ready.
You hear me?
Shaking my head.
That was a whole vibe. And when we went to the beach, I think we almost didn't get in the first time.
No, you almost didn't get in because you was with us and they was like, They was like, hold up. I think they was telling you something about the shorts you had on. But they end up letting you come in.
No, I don't think it was the shorts. It was something else they was talking about. I can't remember totally, but that's the whole little beach. It was a vibe itself. Just seeing people interacting and enjoying themselves. It's just like back at home. It's a different culture for sure, but same type of feel. You feel right at home. It wasn't nothing crazy going on. No fights breaking out. No shooting, stabbings, or none of that. It was just a whole vibe.
Everybody was having a good time.
Wanted to do.
It is. See, look, and who said Black people can't get together in one place and nothing violent happen? Look
You
at
hear
that.
me?
You hear?
Oh, babe, but tell them how Tiwa almost cut up when her things came pre-rolled.
Oh,
I'm gonna let Tiwa
oh Lord.
She would say, I don't do this, baby. I don't do pre-roll.
Hold on, Cash.
I can hear her now.
Cash.
I don't know what's in here.
Cash, go ahead, back me up, Cash. What happened when they tried to give me the pre-roll? James, I said, hold up now. This ain't what I was ordering. I like my shit loose. I need to roll it myself. Right, Cash?
Absolutely.
Cash was sitting there looking like, oh, this ain't loud.
And you know what? It wasn't. And it wasn't.
She said, oh, I can get you loud. I can get you loud. I said, okay. She came back. I said, baby, what is this? This ain't loud. And why is it already rolled up? I don't know what you put in this. No, I need to see what it is I'm rolling up. For all I know, you trying to give me a different kind of high. All right, in Nigeria. And I ain't trying to be on whatever high it is you trying to get me on. Okay, I want to be on the high I'm used to. Okay.
And then Tiwa the lady was trying to tell Tiwa, well, this how we do it here. I thought you was from here. And Tiwa was like, I'm from here. And then her accent kicked in so fast, y'all. One minute she talking like us, then she, and the lady was like, okay. She was like, Tiwa was like, I'm from here, but I don't want pre-roll. Like this is all your saliva on my roll.
Exactly. I'm like, I don't know where her mouth been at. I don't know.
No, that's right. We don't accept nothing from strangers.
When they came with the hookah, and they was like, what kind of hookah you want? You want hookah with weed? I was like, damn, they do hookah with weed in it?
Yes, they do. And baby, it's lit.
I said, oh, no, I don't smoke. I don't do hookah with the weed in it. Just give me the regular stuff.
I said, well, we in Nigeria, we're going to go up. Let me get the hookah with the weed in it. Let me get the one with the weed in it. We're going to have fun while we here. All right, y'all. So that we're going to go ahead and end there before we segue that last little event going into the ultimate wedding experience. All right, we're going to bring back some of your faves, Boomy, for our next episode, and Ray, all right, for our next episode, because the next time that we meet you guys, we have to talk about Miss Lynn. Okay, Lord. That episode is titled Lynn. And Lynn, again, if you hear this podcast, when I get to Nigeria, it's your ass on site.
They go to action. They go to action.
Right.
It coming through now.
Shake your body.
That's your ass. All right. You think you like that Americans? You're about to get an American ass whooping. Lynn. All right. Lynn. That part. Well, thank you for listening for our raw, uncut, real live and living color, Simply Incredible Sisters podcast. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.